And, you know, rule number one: don't tell jokes like on stage. No, but you got. I said somebody told me it's very important in this business. That don't tell a joke. You know, don't do it. I can't resist that joke. You got Lorena Bobbitt was. I saw her myself. I was in a Dunkin' Donuts, and she was taking Sweet and Low and laying it out on the counter at the Dunkin' Donuts. You know, the color, the two colors, everything's two colors. The counter was purple and lavender or whatever. And she's taking a straw and snooting up the Sweet and Low. So I said, well, what are you doing? She goes, I'm doing Diet Coke. All right, that's enough of those type of jokes. I'll just have to tell you like about I'll have to tell you about my escape from a mental institution. I have 22 years sober, by the way, today. Thank you. You're supposed to like really be yourself, you know, and tell what's going on. But back when I first went to a rehab, my first bout at a rehab, I had given up. Before that, had already put aside alcohol, and I had decided that if I give up alcohol, I should do something like cocaine, a mild drug. You know what I mean? And so I went up and I ended up in an intervention in my neighborhood. My whole neighborhood thought I was nuts, crazy. And they had an intervention. They sent me up to Falkirk, which is Woodbury Commons, that area, right up there. It doesn't exist anymore, and it was in Falkirk. When I got in, I signed myself in, so I figured I could sign myself out. And when I got upstairs, they locked the door behind me. Everything was locked facility. And I thought, this is not fair. I said, I want to get out. They said, if you sign a letter, we call it a 3-day letter, we have 3 days to decide whether... I said, who decides? He said, we decide. So you can't really get out. You're in for 30 days until the insurance runs out. So I wanted to, of course, being such a non-rebel that I was, plus Eddie Murphy's Delirious HBO show was on. I just noticed that this is Raskin. It was on all week, all for 2 weeks. It was running, and it was driving me crazy. And I had a roommate who was driving me crazy. So I decided to escape, you know. And there was a third floor window where a pool room was. And I jumped out and landed on, there was a grassy hill. So it was beautiful, soft grassy hill. I rolled out, and I'm in this, I didn't know that really the facility was designated was really a mental hospital. But they just put a wing because it was 1981 and it was 800 cocaine number just came out. And it was considered an epidemic and addictive all of a sudden. And so it was, but it was really a mental health hospital. And I escaped, I put dirt on my face. I thought I was Rambo, went into the woods, which was really the area between 17 and 17. And I saw state police going like this, on either side like this, watching me. And I thought, this is something else, I tell you. To make a long story short, they caught me at the telephone booth at the right by Woodbury Commons. There's a toll area. And at that phone booth, which they don't even have the phone booth there anymore, so I guess you couldn't have done the trip, unless I had a cell phone. But they threw me on the hood of a state trooper car, arrested me, and really aggressively treated me. I was in the news as a mental patient escaped, you know. And they brought me back, and one guy, they were so excited where I was staying at Falkirk, that one guy held the guy's leg, so he was all the way out the window and cheering and yelling. And but they got a big thrill over that. But you know, this is really good. You see me sometimes looking down at the sheet because I'm following along here, trying to get. But there's one more story that I will tell, and then I'll give this to the good old magpies. This one is. I'm worried this microphone's sounding too raspy. No.
It's fine.
It's okay. Good. But me and my wife, I keep bringing my wife up. I'm trying to pull her in, hopefully without offending her, which is hard to do as a comic. And I go, my wife's such a, you know, that's really bad. I try not to do that. So she was with me, and this is with 21 years sober. I went to a club in Harlem on 124th Street, actually, and I the whole time I felt like drinking. I felt such a good mood. I felt like drinking. There was whiskey sours, all these cool drinks just floating around and stuff, and I was like, but I felt I had such a good time. When we left, we went into Edgewater, and it was snowing, and I went around the snow thing, got pulled over. The police, there was two of them, came to the car and said, "Let me have your license." I didn't have my license, just didn't happen to have it. So I said to them, I can come up with it somehow. And they said, "No, you need your license." And then they said, "Have you been drinking?" I said, "No, I haven't been drinking." "Are you sure?" I said, "No, not for 21 years. I haven't had anything to drink. Not for 21 years." And they were like, "Okay, we just need to do a test. It's okay with you. You know, we're real polite about it. We're Edgewater. You live in Guttenberg, which is right next to Edgewater, and we're being really polite. But could you maybe say your ABCs?" Now, you know, I had a problem back in like 3rd grade where I never could say them, and I got busted by my teacher and made fun of by the kids because I couldn't, you know, laughing, but I couldn't say it. I thought, who's going to ever you need your social security number, you need your phone number. You don't need your ABCs. It's not like, okay, you're standing in line for your cable box. You got to give me your ABCs first. You can't release that cable box. Never once needed it all the way. And the teacher said, "One day you're going to need to know that." And so I go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And they said, "No, you can't do that." I go, "I can't do it. You just asked me to say." They said, "You can't sing it." Can't sing it. Now this is the Edgewater police, but so my wife looked at me like she does every time. "You could do something like that. You could do that." She thought, she had no idea. I did not know, really, never practiced. So I said A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, I, S, U, T, W, X, Y, Z, right? So, like, now, the guy says, "Well, I'm going to have you do it again, you know?" So he had me do it again. My wife pushed me back towards the seat and leaned into the cop like him and her are buddies now. And she said he missed it twice. He got 4 misses the first time and 3 the second time. And he goes, "Right, I know that." So she's going to deny this, right? Now she's going to kill me, right? To make a long story short, he brought me out of the car, told me to put one foot up in the air and hold the other one. I fell over. He told me to put another foot up in the air and I fell over. He told me to walk the line. I fell off the line. I did everything wrong. And my wife found the license and they let us go. And the only thing I can figure is when you're drunk, you can't even follow instructions. The thing I did right was when he asked me to do something, I did it. I didn't do it good. I couldn't say my ABCs, but you know, that's the story. And I don't see anything else interesting here. Who wrote this stuff? The guy who wrote this stuff's got to, do more open mics. But anyway, I want to introduce at this time the Magpies. Thank you.